What is going on, everybody? It is another beautiful spring day here. We're back at it. We've been sitting dormant all winter pretty much. Not a lot going on, not a lot of exciting things. A couple highlights. I took two broken TCL TVs, 65 inches, turned them into one working one, and they're free, so got free 65-inch TCL, sorry. But speaking of TLC, we got another one today here, guys. We're gonna try to maybe flip this, or we are going to possibly keep it. We don't really know yet. But it was a smoking deal. It was last Thursday. It is now it's now Sunday. And so a few days ago, I came across this smoking deal. 2009 Jeep Compass popped up. 90,000 miles, 5-speed manual. $1,500. So as you can imagine, I'm asking what the heck's wrong with this thing. So one of the first messages on the guy 17 minutes in, and he said, call me. So I knew right away it's either big issues or it's just a guy who doesn't like to do messenger. There's another guy who didn't like to do messenger, so called him, needs a subframe replacement. By the time I looked it up and decided I want to do that, because I realized the part was only $130 for a new subframe, called him back. Oh, I got a guy coming in the morning, so you're gonna have to wait around. So I waited around till the next morning, just crossed my fingers, and sure enough, the guy didn't show. I'm next in line. He said I talked to him, and had some family friends together, so got in with him, and he held it for me till the evening when I was able to go out there. So for $1,500, guys, got a 90,000 mile Jeep Compass, 5-speed manual, pretty clean, not much rust on it besides the rusted out subframe, which is a very common issue. One check engine light. I think I probably know what it is, but without further ado, guys, let's get you introduced to what I'm gonna call Pearl Girl 2.0. Here she is. 2009 Jeep Compass, 90,000 miles. You guys, this is a $5,000 Kelley Blue Book vehicle when I get the subframe replaced. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to do the control arms, and I might as well freshen out ball joints, which come on the control arms, sway bar links, blah, blah, blah. Everything's super cheap for this thing. But I'll show you later. He was right, that subframe is completely toast. Other than that, this thing purrs like a kitten, shifts good, rides pretty fine, because it's only got 90,000 miles on it. Needs a good cleaning, that's for certain. But this is a little getter, a little grocery getter. 23 city, 28 highway. Come on. I mean, this thing is pretty freaking clean. Apparently it's got a steam under here, or stain. Oh yeah, big coffee stain. We'll get that out. No big deal. I mean, this is a clean little unit. Let's give you a cold start. Come on. Let's hear the 2.4 liter. Absolutely revved on. Find the key in my pocket. Look at this little thing, man. $1,500, and I'm not even lying. 90,537 miles. Five-speed manual. Fun little rig. Now, of course, and it's got 4-wheel drive. But of course, it had some shimmy on it, at 60 and above. And he's like, yeah, tires need balance. I'm like, no, that's the subframe. So in a minute, I'll get it on the subframe. But I think today we ordered the parts. We got about $200 worth of parts coming in. Subframe's $130. Lower control arms, tie rod ends, sway bar links were another $80 total for all those things. Yes. So we're looking at $200 worth of parts, $1,500. So after an alignment, we might be $1,800 into this thing. with hopefully a sale, if I want to, around 5,000. So that could be a good little payday for a weekend's worth of work. So like I say, we just ran the code. It's a P0481 code, which is a heater circuit fan 2. And even before I bought this, when I was looking at it and waiting for the guy to call me back, I looked up common issues, and there's a relay panel they put underneath the fender for some stupid reason, and it just corrodes out. So I'm assuming one of those relays is bad. We're gonna get into that, but I did also Google the code, and that relay for that is in that relay panel, so I'm nearly positive that's probably the issue. That's the only code, so that'll be mint. We'll get all the codes cleared, we'll fix that subframe, and we'll either be rocking this thing, the fiance might learn to drive it, or we might make some profit. Who knows? But let's get into this this code. Go ahead and pop the hood here. So from what I understand, look at this clean little engine bay, by the way. I mean, come on, 8,000 miles on this thing. Anyway, from what I understand, there's a relay down in here. Yep, there it is, right there. That box. So let's see if we can't get that open. Just click right here on the side. And these relays are subject to lots of corrosion. Now this only has 90,000 miles on it, so it doesn't look all that bad. Check all these. That one looks okay. Do these one at a time so I don't lose them here. That one looks okay. It's like operation. I'm looking through my phone here. That one has a little corrosion, but it looks just like surface area. Doesn't look like anything's major. Let's check this one. Oh, well, there's your issue. Ding, 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 ding. That one completely corroded right in half, so I'm almost positive that's going to be the issue. Now, getting that other lead out of that is going to be interesting. And maybe I might try to clean up some of that corrosion, but that might be a job. But we'll have to get this ordered, and hopefully that'll clear the code. I'm nearly positive it will. So, cool. Probably got to wait till I get the parts in to get going on the next part of the video, which is the subframe, tearing the whole front out, jacking it up. Probably just to be a driveway job. Be a lot easier with a hoist, but we do what we can around here. So, all right, see you in a sec. So I was able to actually pull all the fuses out, and then you pull this white thing, it just actually pops out, and then the blade that was stuck in that corroded area there, you see to the right top corner there, that I was able to get my needle nose in there and just pull that broken blade out. So now I'm just going to clean up the corrosion from that. I'm basically just going to hit it with some electric parts cleaner and use the high power, because it's really not that bad. I suspect because it's only got 90,000 miles on it. Usually I'd expect it to be a little more corroded, but we're just gonna hit it with the high power and call it good and wait for the new relay and pop it in, and that'll be done with that. All right, it's the next day. Got my replacement relays on Amazon. Look like this. Here's the packaging. I'll throw up the Amazon link right now. I got 4 of them for 10 bucks, so I got extras if more of them decide to go out on me. So I'm gonna throw this in right now. I'm gonna clear the code in a second, and I think that's gonna be that. All right, it's the next day. Got surprised today. I didn't think this thing was showing up for another few days, but we got our subframe in. Definitely, it was bubble wrapped, but these bolts, you know, every though the bolts were completely, you know, secured very nicely in this bag, and definitely probably didn't lose any of them out that huge hole at the corner of the package. So appreciate it, UPS. You know, you guys are great. They usually are, but every time I order something big like this, it's always, I know there's going to be something missing out of those bolts, so whatever, we'll deal with it when we get there. So let's pull the Jeep in and get to ripping. All right, we got her hovering. Let me show you guys this disgusting, sad engineering feat here. Oh my goodness. I mean, what in the world? This is where one of the mounts is. It's got nothing left. Over here, I couldn't, you might have seen it in the time lapse, but I couldn't even jack it up on this. It was all caving in. So I actually had to do it from each, I had to run it up on the ramps and then do it from each side. So don't try to jack it up. It just started caving in. It was very interesting. This thing is just pitted. So I'm gonna get to cranking. Now I just noticed this. Holy cow. This bolt right here sheared off. There's nothing there. So that was completely, and when I drove it, just the 40 miles I drove it, it was wah, 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 wah. I was whacking that and making that sound. That bolt sheared right off. Real nice. Real nice. Great job, Chrysler. All right, night is falling here. So, pop the ball joints out. That was a pain in the ass. This is a bolt up here in the front on this. This doesn't go all the way through like I thought it did. But this, I just dropped this down. I still got one bolt in there and one bolt in there. But I dropped the whole cross member down because it's pretty much free. And this is gonna allow me to back this off. So a little hint, a little tip there. And then there's two 10 millimeters on this heat shield. Those are also gonna have to come off. And I think that's the last thing. So I'm gonna back those out real quick. And then it's just a 16. So, oh, and then I gotta get the steering link fun. I almost forgot the steering rack still attached there. But then that'll be another 16 up there. Hopefully I can get to that pretty easy. I have to drop it even more and then undo it. So let's do that. Great success, ladies and gentlemen. A few hours later. That's about a 3-hour kind of working slow, but you kind of have to force to work slow. We'll say having ratcheting wrenches is going to help you a lot. I do not. I only have a couple, so that'll be in the near future. But there she is. There's the prize, ladies and gentlemen. Check this bad boy out. Oh yeah, baby. It's got some weight to her. All right, see you guys. All right, what is up, everybody? It's a couple days later here. Windy spring day. We had some crappy weather yesterday, so we didn't do anything besides in between the rain after work. We got that broken bolt out. It was pretty easy. I just actually drilled it, and it wasn't really rusted in there. Came right out once I drilled it, and then actually the drill bit just grabbed it and backed it out. So that was cool. We're about ready to throw this cross member in here. I made sure that all the bolts go in there nice. Everything's decent besides the motor mount pieces, the bolts right here. They're gonna work, but kind of went in real hard and kind of gobbled up the threads on the bolts, but that's to be all right. we did make an investment here. Thanks to Amazon. 2 days later, we got a whole slew of ratcheting flex heads. This is gonna, they're not top of the line here, but I'm just a weekend warrior, and they're gonna make all the world of difference here. I had to get this giant set because it was only 75 bucks, and really not too bad. But I had to get this giant set because I couldn't find anything with the 17 and a 16, which were like the main ones I need. 17 for sure, or the 16 for sure. And so that's gonna make things way easier. So I'm probably not gonna do a time lapse on this. So I'm just gonna give you updates along the way if I run into anything. There's really not much you can see anyway, so hopefully next time you see me, it'll be pretty much in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would say it is a 15 out of 10 recommendation that you have ratcheting wrenches, because my goodness, that went in like an hour. Piece of cake. I don't know, might try to try to at least get the inner tie rods off today. See what we can do, and probably call it a day after that. Okay, we are finally finished up. Wow, that took a turn for the worst. I didn't film my catastrophe because I was so angry. What happened was, it took me an extra probably 3 hours because of this. I got that side went in fine over there on the passenger side. This side was going good, and I was having some trouble getting the control arm in. I finally got everything in. And this bolt right here, which the nutsert is right here, as you can see, there's fresh paint and welds there. The nutsert decided to cross thread. Probably my fault, I don't know. I think it was a little cocked when it went in. So I cross threaded this bolt, but you can see I'm using the old one because the new one I was using that cross threaded is junk. Cross threaded that bolt, and the nutsert was very poorly welded in there, and cross-threaded and completely messed up the nutsert, so couldn't get that bolt tight. Had to fillet-a-fish this open, pull it down. I was able to drill out the nut. It was a whole ordeal. I was able to drill out the nutsert from the bottom. That way I could get the bolt out, get the cross arm out, and then I had to fillet-a-fish the thing open. Put a new nutsert in from the old control arm that was rusted out. Luckily the nut was fine. Welded it in, welded everything back up, painted it, and put that in. So that was a pain in the arse, but everything's done. Time to slap the wheels back on. The only other thing I think we're gonna have to do is give it a clean and get that stain out of the back seat there. So what up? Give it a wash. Probably not today, we got a Easter gathering, but probably maybe on Sunday or something. All right, we got the wheels on. Definitely needs an adjustment for sure. Alignment, I mean. Right now we're going to a little vacuum and a little stain clean. These seats come out super easy, so I'm just gonna whip the seats out. That way I get underneath there really well. And then back here you can see we got some stainage. We're gonna see if we can get that out with the old Bissell Spot Pot. This here machine. So let's get the grind going. All right, so I wasn't able to power wash the floor mats because my power washer tip on it broke. So we're gonna have to go through the car wash and do that, or get a new fitting for the end of that. But I'm hoping I got the stains out. It's still wet, but it looks pretty good. We're just gonna have to see when it dries. I went over it a couple times and it's getting pretty dry. So it looks like I think I did get the stain out, or at least most of it. So that should probably be fine. Looks pretty clean in there. So yeah, last thing to do is get the alignment and run her through the car wash and then put her up for sale. I'm back. I just want to give a little update here. As you can see, we're dealing with something else, but got it back from the shop. Did a great job down the road. Aligned it perfectly, and I got the tires balanced too, so it's running smooth, driving smooth, really great. I noticed when I got it back from the shop that the check engine light was back on for the same code, so I went through and I kind of troubleshot the relays. The relays were all good. So I was like, well, what in the world is going on? I was almost about to give up, turn it in, call it a night, when I looked down here. Remember down here, there's the box. Well, let me get a light. Okay. There's the relay panel right there. So this is actually not exposed and brought up because I found the issue. But right down here, that wire kind of sits right down in there, that harness. So as you can see, put my headlamp on here. As you can see, I just barely saw, it looked like the harness was chafed. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I said, well, there's corrosion coming out of that chafe. And then, bam, and now I've exposed it and taken it apart here. But as you can see, maybe, it's really hard to see. That wire right here is, dude, this thing's on Wi-Fi mode. Here we go. This wire right here is completely corroded in half. So that is going to be the issue, guys. I'm almost positive I found it this time, so I'm going to button that up real quick. It looks like I can just splice it back together with the shrink connector. And we're going to confirm that the check engine light's gone. I actually already put it up for sale because I didn't know the check engine light was going to come back on. So we got it on Marketplace for $6,000 right now. It's about $400 over Kelly Blue Book for a good condition, which I think this is like a little better than good condition. So I don't think I'm going to get 6. I'm hoping they take 5. You know, I might end up taking $4,500 if I don't get any interest, but I might drop it down to $5,500 in a couple days if I don't get any real serious interest. But start high, work my way down. So let's get this fixed and update you if I got a potential buyer. Here she goes on, folks. Secured the bag. Goodbye, Jeeperoony. Hello, 47 Hyundai, 4740. Was asking 6 to start. Didn't get many messages right off the bat. Lowered it down to 55, then 52 over 2 days. And then had it up for 52. They came, he hit me at 45. I said, no, I'll take 48. And he only brought 45 and some change in his wallet. He ended up having 240 extra on top of the 45. So we got 4740 because I'm a nice guy. And they got a nice Jeep. That's gonna do it for this one. We freaking made a profit. All said and done, I had $351 into that unit between the subframe, ball joints, control arms, sway bar end links, and tie rods. That package was 80, so we had 80, then we had 80 into the alignment, and then we had another 30, 40 into the balancing. So all in all, we were 350 in, so we were 1850 in total, and we got 4740, so we almost cleared $3,000. That's a good day. well, 48.50. We cleared 2,890 if my math is right. I think it's right. So that's a good day. And we're going to use this money to buy something else, probably. Let's go. See you guys in the next one.